Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of the 5D News. We are March 18, and I hope you guys are surviving this very intense eclipse sandwich that we're stuck into with retrogrades by Mercury and Venus. So this is indeed very intense. Sophie, how are you feeling? Are you surviving?
Barely. It's intense. The eating habit, the sleeping habits, the migraines, the nausea, vertigos, everything at once. I feel like big detox. I don't know for you guys, but yeah.
Yeah, I do feel the detox. I felt like I felt under the weather yesterday, and I was like, maybe I should sleep a little bit so I can avoid like being really hit by this wave of detox. And I'm doing like as much natural thing as I can to help the detox process. But yeah, I do feel it too. So I hope you guys are, let's say, opening up space for this detox healing process also, and maybe having like a lighter agenda if you are able to. And with that being said, we're going to dive right in today. And we have lots of really interesting questions by the community. So I want to thank each and every one of you for sending such good questions for our oracle today, Sophie. And she knows nothing about it, like usual. So are you ready to play the game, Sophie?
Sure.
Okay, let's start with this one. And I think this time the sound is going to be better. Just give me a thumbs up if you do hear it. So let's listen to that.
Operation by the CIA. What they do is they can't take money out of taxpayer dollars without leaving a paper trail. So what they do is they make sure their people win the lotto and they kick that money back to them. I don't believe, people win 400, 500 million, maybe one or two guys, but I believe most of that money is like a psyop.
Holy shit! Because, dude, who got busted doing that? New Mexico. And I believe Oklahoma got busted giving Zorro Ranch giant lottery. Dude, that's totally makes sense, man.
Okay, so that video was about how lottery is allegedly being used by governments to redistribute the money to the person of their choice. So and that made me remember the movie, and of course I'm gonna forget the title, The Island. The Island. I don't know if you have seen it.
I saw it, but I don't remember the part with the lotto.
Well, they are clones in like an institute, like a closed institute, and they are being told that they are survivors of an apocalypse, and that they cannot, like, they're so lucky to be in here. And every week they have the lotto to make them believe that one of them is going to go to the island, which is like the goal. So it's like creating this fantasy about, so it gives them hope to, let's say, go on their daily lives of work, of chores, of like very boring life, because they have hope that someday they're going to go to the island, which is so interesting as a metaphor for our lives too. But and of course the lotto is being used as, let's say, I'm not gonna spoil the big
but a bad thing.
I'm sorry?
It's being used for a bad thing.
Yeah, let's just say it's being used by the powers of that place in order to do other stuff. So if you haven't seen it, this is a good one. But let's ask the cards. Is it true that indeed lottery is often being used by governments to send money to their chosen people?
So the keyword here is often. So often. I just want to make it that super clear. If it's a yes or a no, the keyword here is often.
Often. But because in the video here, they say it's not always the case. Sometimes they have like random winners just to show that maybe it's possible, to give hope for the commoners.
Should we ask first if it's always being redirect?
Well, let's ask for, is it often? And then we're going to ask, is it often being used by governments to redirect that money to chosen people?
So we have the angel, which is the guardian, the messenger. So we have targeting. Let me see. There's something really weird with those cards. Okay, cards flying. The Messenger. There's something really weird. I'm going to show you the cards if I cannot figure it out. What is really weird is that it sounds like it's a bad thing to receive it. So that's why it's really strange, okay? So we have the Messenger, the Angel, and we have the particular depiction of the Seven of Wands, because that's a very different than the norm. And then amongst other cards, what is really interesting is we have the person that is being targeted. And this is very strange.
It brings more sorrow than happiness.
Yeah, so there's two ways of seeing this. There is that all of the people that wants to win that are in need of it, but there's somebody targeted. But what is super interesting is that this person is not looking at this person. So this female is not looking directly. So that for me indicates that this person is not does not know that this person is being targeted. Mm-hmm. So that's super interesting. But what is telling me that it's a bad thing all over to receive it is the next card, the Psycho. So it's really, really strange. We have the card of Vacation, and we have the Ace of Wands. There's something really strange going on. Do you have, if I put you on the spot, do you see something here that can...
Well, like with the Ace of Wands, I don't know if you agree, but I think it's a yes to the question that is often being used to
for sure
redirect that money. But so I'm wondering if the other cards are talking about like the regular Joes that are winning the lottery, or are they talking about like the targeted people by the governments to win the lottery?
Yeah, that's my question too. So let's take an extra card on that. I did not see that coming. I was like, oh, it's going to be easy peasy one, but there seems to be something deeper than this. So let's see. Are we talking about, so this darker energy, are we talking about those who wants to win, or are we talking about that one that is being targeted? One card, please.
But there's also the people that, let's say, win, but they're not part of, let's say, the program, right? Because we said often. Mm-hmm. So meaning like oftentimes like there are true random winners, which I'm guessing.
I think it could be easier if I ask the question a different way. Maybe if I just ask, what is the energy around winning the lottery?
Okay.
That will tell me.
Like, let's say being a random person not associated with any.
No, this in general, just the winning in general, and with the lotto, that will tell me.
But a real winner, like not someone who wins that is, let's say on the side of those psyops, right?
Well, I will ask either way just to see what is the energy around the winning, and I think that will tell me a little bit more, and we can go from there. What is the energy around the winning the lotto, please? Oh, I think that's because we didn't say in the US.
So it's like all over the world.
Yeah, that could be it. Okay, let's see. What is the energy around winning the lotto in the US? If you cannot tell right now, there is protection around the question. That's why we need to go super in detail and ask the right question.
And for the people who are not accustomed to working with the cards, you have to be super precise with the words that you use, because the cards can pick up on like a lot of different, like in this case, like picking up on all over the world, where it might be like different ways of managing lottery.
Yeah, so I think I found out doing a lot of shows around difficult topics that you can have answer on anything, but you need to, when there's a topic that they have protection around it, you need to ask the right question. Otherwise, they're going to get like mushy answers.
Yeah. And this is part of the art here. So we're trying to put in the right word. So this is why sometimes we're like, should we say this? Should we say that? So we're taking our time because we want the real answers.
Yeah. So what is the energy around winning the lotto in the US, please? Slightly dangerous is the very first card. Again, we have the same thing, and this is around winning.
Okay.
And okay, so that's twice that I have the same feeling. I'm not saying that makes sense, but I feel like it is a way to take the person out, like a payment, maybe to get them out of somewhere, get them out of what they were supposed to do. There's multiple different scenarios, I'm sure, but get them out of where they would, maybe a payment, like you need to stop this research, or you need to stop being in your mission, or anything like
to me, this question is separated in two sorts of winners, because like I personally know someone that won the lottery, and I know how it can change your life, because people around you expect you to be generous and give them also money. So it's the start of like a whole war within the family, and it often disconnects the person that wins the lottery from their peers, especially if they're in like a poor environment, right?
Mhm.
So I know like the real winners, but also I guess like the people that are targeted by the governments are also special cases.
Yeah.
So
So I have the two separate in my cards in front of me. This time I have it right with this. So I think we just spotted the right angle to ask this question. So on what you said, Julie, this is the card on the people who are winning. They feel super lucky. They feel like they are on the top of the world. And then we can see that it all stops. Because we have the big dream, it's now about where are we investing the money. And there is a lot of ties. A lot of people expect, and I have chills. A lot of people expecting, I have so many chills. A lot of people are, and this is in your soul contract, by the way, when we have this. So there is a signature in your soul contract in your astrology that is telling you that you're going to have this, and it's not easy. It's supposed to be, but it's a challenge on karma, karmic ties, boundaries, and needy people. How do you act with that? When it comes to those who are targeted, that's where it's super intriguing, because we have the slightly dangerous. So the answer is yes, it's often used to redirect money to specific people. We have abandoned in solitude. So it's almost like witness protection, but for top agencies, I would say, some people that were witnesses for some things. It's very particular in some things that I would say a lot of people are not even aware they exist. And it's also being used to get people out of situation, but not in a right way. In the, like you're again, like maybe you are doing a scientific discovery, we're taking you out. Maybe you are on your mission, we're taking you out. It's to take people out of situation, but it also comes with this card of you cannot take it with you, and the compromise. And this
I was gonna ask, like, are they able to keep the money? And I don't think so.
Well, it comes with a sacrifice. So either it comes with a sacrifice of, we're going to ask if it's the money, but there's a lot of protection, witness protection, and relocating the people. So they lose all of the people in their life, their identity. There is a lot of sense of losing yourself, sacrifice. So that is the first thing. But
you can't take it with you. And then Udini, which is like kind of like this smoke and mirrors card. So, okay, last question. Can we ask, like, those people, let's say part of the witness protection program, or like the people that they're trying to hide with that money, like, are they allowed to keep the money, or do they have to give it back in some form to the authorities? They can keep it.
They can keep it.
So how are those people chosen by the governments?
I think it's half, by the way. I don't think it's fully. They cannot keep it fully, but it says they can keep half of it for their safety. But again, there is a wall in this card, right? There is a wall. So as long as they are within the perimeter of their contract, they can keep it. What was your question? I'm sorry.
How are those people chosen? Like, did they do something, let's say, to help the government in place? Like, because of course we're talking about large sums of money here.
Page of Wands.
One person.
Well, there's multiple scenarios in there, but I would say that, oh my God, this is intense. So it basically comes to those people needs to be forgotten by everybody. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, we have the Page of Swords, we have the card of relocation and long distance, and we have being forgotten. That's how I'm seeing this in this spread, and reinventing yourself. So it comes down to this, but there is multiple different scenarios. But I think that those people were doing something extraordinary. So those people were doing something out of the norm, Page of Wands and the Sun. And one way or another, because there is multiple different scenarios, those people needed to be removed from a situation, good or bad.
Wow. Okay. Well, let us know what you think. We certainly, let's say, found something very, very interesting here. A very interesting thread. For our next question. Okay. So this is very entertaining. So Trump declares Biden's auto pen sign pardons, I guess this is how we say it, void. So it says here that, well, of course, President Biden, just before, let's say, transitioning into the next leadership for in the White House of the U.S., he signed a couple of pardons to a couple of people, of course, that were involved in the huge 2020 agenda. Let's just say that. And now apparently Trump discovered that most of those pardons were signed with an auto pen, so not signed. And we can see here like what does it looks like. It's the first time I hear of that. So yeah, so apparently this is how it was signed. So saying here in the article, and what Trump says in his posts, is that most of those pardons Biden wasn't even aware of. So it says they are declared void because they were not signed by the former president. So one of those pardons is Anthony Fauci. So I'd like to ask the cards, is this to lead to an arrestation of Fauci?
I just want to put that out there for those of you who doesn't know, just for the debate. We know now that it's totally legal to sign, let's say, online electronic signature. So that could be something that is being added to the things that are illegal, but it may be just in the loophole, right? It could be in the gray zone. That's what I mean. Not loophole, but it could be in the gray zone.
Yeah, and when reading that, I was also thinking that some of those pardons and executive orders, I think they have to be signed by the president and no other people. So it's not something that someone else can sign because they have like too many signatures. It's really a big deal.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think this is part of it's probably like a special law or rule. Amazing. So let's ask if it's going to lead to the arrest of Fauci.
I think this is going to be reviewed during the summer, but I don't think he is going to be arrested. I do believe that this is going to be a huge debate during the summer. There could be maybe Supreme Court or anything in the mix. That's why there is a delay. But we do have the card of the summer. We do see that we have people protecting him. We also see that we have the X, which represent the signature, because people used to sign with an X.
And he's a doctor too, that Dr. Fauci.
Amazing. And then we have the card of stuck. So there could be a moment where we're believing that he is going to be arrested, but I do believe that there is somebody that is going to that's the justice system is going to put an end to this. Let's take a two, three tarot cards on this.
Meaning like he's not going to be arrested.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be arrested. Let's see what we have. Ace of Cup. So he is going to believe that there is troubles coming his way. The Empress and the Knight of Cup. I don't think there is going to be an arrest. I just believe that there is going to be a review of the laws, and I think that there is somebody coming in as a savior for him.
Well, and how interesting that this comes up right in the middle of Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and Mercury rules writing, signatures, and documents. And it's now we're reviewing, like, wait a minute, what happened before? And he declares them void. So, okay, interesting. But at least there's going to be some, I guess, consequences maybe down the line. Next question here. Okay. So I found this article on the Canadian media and I thought that was like, how to say, like some kind of programming. Okay. So it says here, Canadians should expect AI enabled foreign meddling in election, Cybersecurity Center. So we should expect in the next federal election, AI enable foreign meddling. Okay. What? Yeah. So it's like preparing us to discard like the results of the next election, basically. So I read the article and it's talking about how this China, Russia, and Iran can use those tools and attempt to, let's say, change the results of the election. And it says, too, that we should be careful of any kind of AI false picture that could, here, deep fake, I'm not going to say that word, targeting politicians and public figures. So basically, they're kind of preparing us that a lot of stuff might be coming out and to discard them because we're not smart enough and AI is smarter than us, basically. So I'd like to ask the cards. Was this article written to prepare people to discard shocking revelations amidst the upcoming election?
I never thought that this would be a card used for that kind of stuff, but it's apparently yes. Yes. Absolutely. So things are coming back to haunt some politicians. So I do believe that, yes, it is all about trying to protect them, and there's multiple people involved and they're all trying to help each other, as we can see here, to stay in the power, to stay in the right side of what we think about them, not
to hold on to the little power they still have left.
Because this is a card of civil war in this context. So there could be a lot of accusations that are going to be horrible for the public image and just being canceled completely. So be careful of what is coming in if they're not able to stop it, because you can be really sure that they're trying to stop it at the moment. But if they are not successful at this, we are going to see a lot of stuff coming up, and it is not fake. I have a card that it says fake and it's not coming out.
There. Yeah. Okay. Well, just the fact that they released this article, I was like, okay, they're preparing the programming for the people to be like, oh, this is fake. This is photo. Before they used to say it was Photoshopped. Everything was Photoshopped when it didn't align to their agenda. Now it's AI. So it's so interesting. And talking about AI, we have a good question here from Edward from the community. Thank you, Edward. He says, following Sophie, our wonderful Oracle of Delphi, on the alternative media fears and the already AI sort of agenda, I'm just going to sum that question up. So he's talking about the reptilian agenda, which he calls Reptilian Agenda 2030, and Dr. Greer's deep concern over the convergence to hit by then. So the question is, please, universe, tell us how close we are to humanity stopping the Great Reset into full AI control transhumanism. So how close are we to be able to stop this, from AI to be in full control of that reset?
To stop AI to be in full control?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing that I have to say here is that one of the cards is there is a crossroads still. So this means that it's not set in stone yet.
Okay? I think this is the last thing also the last time we had like a similar question about AI, I think you said something similar.
Okay, so that is positive in a sense, okay?
Yeah.
Because the first card was not that positive. We have grief, so that means that we have had also already losses on things that we could have won, sorry, in the AI thing, in the AI project, let's call it this way. But it says that we do have a lot of people that are extremely smart that are working to try to reverse it and trying to purge it. Okay. So when it comes to timing, because it's not set in stone, it's hard, but let me check with tarot just to see what we can do on a little bit more of a timing.
So it's not yet set in stone, but there is, let's say, a potential. We're looking at the timeline where AI doesn't get full control and we get back to that control over, like, let's say, natural humans.
It says in a year, we're going to know which timeline we have taken. In a year, we're going to know more about the direction it is all taking place. Amongst other cards, what I have is the Ace of Pentacle. We do have, this is a 5 of Cups, yes, and we have the 8 of Cups. So we have the card Purge in the Oracle, and we have a lot of just throwing things in the trash. That would be detoxing the AI. Removal of bad stuff in the AI and removal of project that would be very negative for us. In a year, we're going to know if this has taken place or if we have granted permission to a lot more of those negative projects to take place and to be in more of our day-to-day and to just have more impact on our lives.
Okay. And I have a personal question regarding that, but I'll just jump to another really fascinating question from the community. So Vicky is asking about, she was looking at one of the video from the Future Forecasting Group, which does remote viewing. And she's saying that they did a remote viewing session looking at the energy grid in the next 5-10 years. So that was, I guess, the objective of that remote viewing. She says they and their audience were very excited by the news. I was horrified. What they saw was the exact cabal plan for the Internet of Humans, IOH. They even picked up on the word singularity, which is the computer system that unites everyone's brain through artificial intelligence and causes us to be traumatized by everyone else's negative thoughts and emotions. We are meant to ascend into Christ singularity, where we unite as one consciously. There are two possible paths, dark or light. Apparently few people know about this. Yes, I do agree with you, Vicky. And here is my question. Are we really on this trajectory of the simulated singularity? So basically going into that hive mind artificial sort of unity, this kind of computer that connects our artificial, let's say, components to our brains together. This is how I see it, which is the dark path. And the light path would be us developing our natural psychic senses in order to be able to do telepathy, for example, to connect organically to each other. So, yeah.
So with what are we? That's the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So things can switch, but let's see so far. And the question is 5 to 10 years, correct?
Yes. So they are looking 5 to 10 years, and what they saw is more of the dark path, which I'm guessing from what Vicky's writing. So I took a screenshot of one of the images in their video. And I'm guessing that they see a timeline, which is a possibility, but I want to see, like, where are we right now as far as the current timeline?
So far, I'm seeing that we are not going to go down with the AI. So far, what we see is people investing in breaking free, and people investing in, it starts with breaking free from your own trauma, your own past life, your own karma, to break free from the need of bad connections, because that is one of the ways that you're attracted by bad connections. It's because you have things that you need to deal with first. So far I'm seeing that we are going to have a little bit of a roller coaster, a little bit of AI, then human experience, then AI, and then really go down on not being in the AI at all and just being in our full human experience, but on a vibration that is higher. That is the path that we're on so far. And I'm a little bit surprised because not everybody's awake, right? So I'm surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people are swearing by the amazingness of ChatGPT and so forth. And I just watched a really interesting spirituality video in French from Guillaume Kezag, I hope I'm saying his name right, which was really fascinating. And he's talking about like how basically AI is trying to take the place of God. And I fully agree. This is 100% about like how I view it personally, which, like, let's say whether you call it source, universe, God, this creative force is a creative force. And we humans, organic humans, have this amazing divine power to create because we're co-creators with God, with the universe. And what AI is trying to do is present itself as a creative force, which is not. AI, artificial intelligence, is unable to create. The only thing it can do, as the dark side does, is take something that's been created by God or the universe and tweak it or turn it around and remix it, retweak it, but it's unable to create. So when we give like creative powers or creative tasks to the AI, I think this is an insult to the real humans out there, and we're giving this God power. And he says AI is trying to take the place of God, and if we're giving that much power to AI, it's going to annihilate us in the end, basically.
I do believe that there is good and bad in everything, and that if we go on an extreme on any topic, I do believe it's bad. The problem, in my view, and this is why it's a debate, let us know in the comment what you believe. What is your point of view on this? For me, the problem is what is it used for and by whom? And that's where I don't trust. But exactly. I do believe that AI on itself, I don't believe it's like the devil, but I think that the people who developed it and how it's being used, it's really, really bad.
Well, if you think about it, let's say if we're giving tasks to AI to do stuff that is repeating, I think this is just natural evolution, because humans are not meant to do repetitive work. They're meant to create. But if you're giving creative work to AI, this is another topic. So this is where I draw the line personally, and let me know in the comments if you agree with me, if you have another way to view it. We'd like to know. But definitely this is going to be probably the main battle as Pluto entered Aquarius, the sign of technology, AI. And this is, Pluto's the planet of power. So this is where the power lies. But also the other side of Aquarius is this systems without a center, us being interconnected together as a community, as a whole, as a global community. So there are two paths, definitely. And okay, I'd like to ask the cards, like, let's say, how can we make sure that we're on, let's say, the timeline of the light as far as AI not taking over our lives and getting back to that natural connectedness that we have between humans? Like, how can we make sure that we're on the right timeline, like practically speaking, in our day-to-day lives?
Yeah, so it's pretty clear. So It seems to agree with both of us, Julie, because I don't think we're apart in this. I think we're just seeing different angles.
Mhm.
So we have the card of Aquarius here with the star, and it says that we need to question on what is a better use of our time. And this is very big. Okay,
Yeah.
that could be starting right now with the retrograde, because and the eclipse in Virgo also. It is what is a good use of our time and what is not, and to also reconnect with people face to face. So I think that a lot of our time, maybe in offices and stuff like that, were not the best use of it. Maybe we disconnected because of exhaustion. There's lots of reasons why we disconnected, and the better use is we need to be on the right path by reconnection and questioning what is the better use of our time. So by that saying that, it means that if you spend all day on your phone or on AI or anything, this is not a better use. We need to be face to face and in real time. We do have the magician, so it's going to be very alluring. This AI, we do see that this is a kind of a devil energy, and we do have the energy of comfort, which is the inner child in this deck. So that tells me that if you have any problem that, once again, in your past life and this life unresolved, you're going to seek comfort and connection in the wrong side. So that's very important that you clear those out to stay on the right direction.
Wow. Like, if you haven't heard that answer, please go and rewatch, because that was like full of wisdom. Thank you so much. And yeah, you said like it's going to be very alluring, and it gives this false sense of connection, which is not connection. True connection is connection to nature, to other people, to anything that allows you to connect with Mother Earth, to other humans, to your sense of self. Sophie's frozen. I hope I'm not frozen, but we're gonna wait that she comes back online. And I guess we're talking about like sensitive stuff for, let's say, this platform. All right. So while Sophie comes back, I'd like to talk. Okay, Sophie's back. We have internet connection problems today. So let's go to the Earth and the stars. And I'd like to talk about a little bit, because we're going to deep dive into this Thursday, so stay tuned. But I'd like to talk about the spring equinox, which is going to be on the 20th. And this is going to be a very special spring equinox, by the way, which heralds the new year, astrologically speaking, and also with nature. It's the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere. This is going to be very special this year because it's sandwiched between both eclipses, so the 14th that we just had and the next one on the 29th, but also because we have two retrogrades at the same time, Mercury and Venus. So usually it's the time of new starts, of new beginnings. And as I said, we're going to deep dive into it. We're going to talk about the pagan tradition that is at the, let's say, historically, the root of this celebration, Ostara. We're going to talk about Christian Easter. We're going to talk about like how powerful is it of a manifestation portal. Many, many, many really good things. So go watch the other one that we're going to put on Thursday regarding that. But I just like to ask one question here in this show about the spring equinox. So how can we best celebrate this new year cycle to manifest the very best?
Do we want to ask for this year specifically with the retrogrades?
Yeah,
okay.
This year specifically.
Ooh, it says detox.
Okay, we're here.
It says detox and rest. Interesting. Detox and rest.
So a very different new year, spring equinox.
And it says to delegate. Don't know why, but it says to delegate. So just delays, rest, detox. It's a pure retrograde. It says to do art and to practice. It says to renew the energy in the house and to detox and to do arts.
I love that. I feel like it's very much in connection with the astrology.
Okay.
To like prepare, basically you're preparing your vessel and your energy, your environment for this new start, but you're still in the cleansing process. And we have lots of planets also in Pisces. And so we're detoxing, cleansing. I started my spring house cleaning also. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense there.
And also review what you want to manifest once it is direct. So review what is that you want to attract in your life. It says that you're going to shed a skin during this detox, and that you're basically going to come out of it as a new you, transform if you have successfully let it go.
Okay. Wow. I love that. And also the next eclipse that we're going to have on the 29th is the new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Aries, which also is another activation of that spring equinox. And this one is also going to start us on a brand new journey. So this, we're going to celebrate that together on the Academy. So if you'd like to join us, you're of course invited, and we would love for you to be there with Elena and I. We're going to go through a really magical journey of new moon activations for the year of 2025. So it's going to be 10 new moon activation every month. So we're going to see each other with the community to, let's say, hop on the most magical timeline ever. And also we're going to transform very deeply in order to manifest what we want truly, who we are truly at our core. And we're going to take advantage of the universal 9-year to fully transform through this manifestation meditation process together, and also the snake year in Chinese astrology, which is huge, very powerful for personal empowerment, but also spiritual practices such as meditation. And of course, Elena is going to be doing singing bowl activation meditation. And we're going to work with the energy of the astrology altogether. So we're going to offer this until the first eclipse that's going to be on the 29th. So 28, 29, the promo is until the 28th. So this is the only time where you can save 25% off the whole bundle of the 10 new moon activation. So very affordable right now. This is your only chance to hop on this full journey with us. And of course, after that, you'll have the chance to register to the individual activation. But this is your chance to commit to yourself this year, commit to your self-growth journey. And as I said, we would love for you to be there. And the promo is until March 28th only. So the next eclipse that we're going to celebrate together during this magical process. And the code is Eclipse25. The link is down below, and join us over there. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit, and right before we do so, of course, eclipse season is usually a season where we have lots of questions, crossroads presenting themselves in our lives. And if you have, of course, if you are in need of more guidance, please book your own one-on-one appointment with either Sophie or Sol. And the link is down below in the description box. And the code is Jupiter to save 10% off your next reading. Sophie, you have been very busy in the last weeks. And I believe you still have some spots soon, right? Do you?
Yes. So before the end of March, you're going to be able to have your appointment if you book now. So if you want to know what is coming or how to navigate the eclipse energy or the retrograde, I'm there.
Yes. So, okay. So she just added a few because she was very, very busy, but do it quick if you'd like to book with her. And of course, don't forget your discount code, Jupiter. All right. So now I'd like to talk about a little bit of health. So let's talk about health and the body. And we have some really good questions from the community. And let me make sure. Okay. So this one is from Donna. And she says, is it possible that chickens are being destroyed? Eggs prices are outrageous, and they are pushing the bird flu because some component in eggs, albumin maybe, can destroy the spike proteins from shedding from this substance. Or maybe there is other health benefit from eggs that they don't want us to have. So she's asking, is there an agenda behind, or I think this is me who put together this question. So is there an agenda behind the attempt to make eggs harder to obtain?
And this is not everywhere on the planet. So I saw a lot of countries saying online that they don't have any problem. We don't have it right here in Canada, but I know that in the US it has been a real thing. So let us know if you have problem in your country. Let's see why there is such a thing in the US.
So is there an agenda behind the attempt to make eggs harder to obtain?
It says yes. Okay, so it says yes. It's for the immune system. It's important to lower the immune system of people, so they are going to be affected. This is my Tower card, even more by what is either already put in the system or what is to come. Yeah, Dark Night of the Soul. So it's to it's to lower your frequency and your immune system. There is going to be things that are coming in that are new, and your body does not know how to react to it yet. So there's many other ways to have a better immune system. Just watch your sugar consumption, just reduce as much as you can your sugar intake, and do whatever you can with your immune system. But yes, there seems to be.
So what is the benefit, the health benefit of eggs? Because like it's a very controversial subject. I see a lot of people that are on the right, on the left of the question. So I'd like to know from the cards, like, what are the benefits? And maybe those are benefits, like very circumstantial benefits from what we're living with, let's say the chemtrails, the stage of our evolution. So maybe it's just now, but let's ask.
It seems to really calm down the nervous system. And I had that card exactly. This is my survival card. So it seems to calm down the nervous system. It seems to calm down a lot of overproducing something in the body. And we have the Knight of Cup. So the only thing to watch with the eggs is, well, not the only, but one of the things that you need to watch with the eggs is where it comes from, because something with the water that is being used in different places could be bad. So that could be the flu. I'm not aware of what it was or how it's happening, but that's the thing that it says to watch. It's where it's coming from because of the water, but it seems to be reserved for some elite right now, the eggs. So when it comes to the benefit, everything is just telling me it calms down inflammation, it calms down some kind of nervous system. So there is, maybe it's, I would just want to say that maybe it's not the egg itself, maybe it's just something that it's acting against. So I don't know how it works, but that's the effect it has right now.
Okay. And so interesting, because we were going to dive into, for the next episode, the 5D deep dive on spring equinox. We're going to dive into the symbolism of the egg too, because usually we work with crystals that are egg-shaped because they symbolize new beginnings, the rebirth of life. So is there also a link between, let's say, the benefit of eating eggs and also the new start, let's say manifesting new life and having an internal rebirth? Is there a link?
It seems that there is. Yes.
Oh.
That's not only it, but there seems that there is, yes.
Wow. Okay. So I just thought about that while we were doing this. Okay. Next question from Lulu Ong from the community. She says she has been watching an amazing interview from Dr. Bruce Hollis by Dr. Berg about vitamin D3 supplements. And she says it seems like Big Pharma is trying really hard to suppress the real beneficial effects of vitamin D3. And especially regarding dosage, that they say that you should have a low dosage, which is 600 to 800 IU per day. And a lot of people, let's say on the other end of the spectrum, recommend really higher doses of vitamin D3, especially when it is combined with vitamin K2, which helps the absorption, and magnesium also. So, and she wants to know if taking high doses between 10,000 to 50,000 IU is safe and beneficial, especially for people dealing with, let's say, deeper illnesses or conditions. So let's start with, what's the real beneficial effect of vitamin D3?
Okay. And of course, it's health and everything. We have to give the spill that we're not doctors. You do whatever you want. This is for entertainment.
Yeah. We're not experts at all. Don't listen to us.
Okay.
Just
So
do your own intuition, of course.
yes. What is the effect of that? Okay. Relaxation, and there is an effect on your third eye. There's an effect on your third eye. It reconnects you to your third eye.
Oh, I
So
wasn't expecting that.
yeah, me neither. But there is a big effect on calming down. But the third eye is very major. I would say that it detoxes. Also something about the pineal gland, because it's all about like expansion of your not exactly intuition, but kind of intuition with the third eye, to detox a little bit the mind, because you're going to use something else than just the mind when you're using the D3. You're going to use it for connection with something else than just the logic.
Okay, and can we ask the cards about high doses between 10,000 to 50,000 IU per day, especially for people that are dealing with specific conditions?
It says that too high is not good.
Mhm.
But it says that you should take more if you live in big cities where there's a lot of pollution, lots of people, lots of noises, lots of stress. You should take a lot more. If you do also smoke, you should take more. So you need to adjust regarding where what is affecting you, because it says that night and day. So it's going to affect people differently, and not everybody will have one size fit all on a dosage.
And night and day, I'm thinking also, you talked about the pineal gland, which also affects our, I don't want to say wrong terms, but it affects our sleeping cycle, basically, because it signals the body that, is it melatonin?
That's for the skin, right?
Okay, maybe not melatonin. The other words that look similar, that talks about, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. But I know the pineal gland has a link with our sleeping cycle. So I'm guessing also, okay, where I wanted to go there, should we take more also if, let's say, we're in zones where they are covering the sky with more chemtrails, if we have less access to the natural sun?
For sure. It helps with a lot of stuff. Okay. It helps. I cannot, because it's health, I'm extremely limited in what I can say, but for sure it helps with a lot of stuff. For sure it's going to bring a lot more of comfort, reduce inflammation and things like that. Reconnection with the third eye, and but just adjust the dosage with what is your reality.
Okay, so let us know. We have a lot of you who really know what you're talking about in the health department. Let us know in the comments what you think about that. Okay, I had lots of questions, really, really interesting one from the community. So I will do the remaining ones next week. But in the meantime, let me switch to this one. Okay. Wait a minute. Where did I put this? No. Like, when you have like 1,000 images and the only one you need is not there. Okay.
That doesn't happen to me.
Oh no. Okay. I'll try to.
It's okay. I can dance.
Okay, I'm back. I found it. So a really good question here from Jaina from the community. So thank you, Jaina. She's asking about the Parthenon that is located in the middle of Nashville, Tennessee, in a beautiful park called Centennial Park. It was originally constructed for World's Fair in 1897. There is a 42-foot tall statue of Athena inside the Parthenon. So here I have a picture, and I hope this is the right thing that I'm showing here. Mm-hmm. And she says it is fascinating. Nashville is actually called the Athens of the South. Mm-hmm. So first questions for the card. Why was the Parthenon chosen for the World's Fair in 1897 and built here in Nashville? And is it part of a tunnel system? So let's start with, why was the Parthenon chosen to be built in Nashville for the World's Fair?
So they debated on what to honor, which big civilization they wanted to honor to gather more power. And that one was chosen. But as we can see, there could have been many others that could have been chosen. We know that in Memphis, it's a pyramid of Egypt. And Nashville, there is this one. So there could have been many others. And it says that they've chosen this one because it fitted better with the vibration that they wanted to bring in Nashville. And one of the things that they wanted to do with it is to use it, yes, for the negative side of operation in that place.
For the tunnels.
Rituals and everything.
Okay, so is it part of a tunnel system?
It says wealthy men, bound, the price. So I think it's a yes.
Okay, and she's asking also, why was the statue of Athena added later?
That was not put in place by the same person with the same intentions. So it says that it needed to plant a new seed of energies. We have the fresh start, we have the miracle, and we have the end. So just a little bit like the Statue of Liberty, it sounds like there was kind of a spell put on this city with that statue. So this one was added after, and when I split the deck in two, we have the card of the snake. So I think it would be a kind of a threatening energy. I don't know anything about that goddess, so I don't know what it's about, but it's kind of a spell in the city.
So if I understand correctly, Athena was put there to kind of remove the spell?
I would say to put the spell. I would say it's to probably protect the city and to put a spell on the surrounding or something. I can ask.
Yeah. Because the goddess Athena is not something like innately bad, right?
I know.
So this is why I'm wondering.
Yep. So we have the same card as settling. We have the same card of this. We have come and get it. We have the freedom, and we have the divine love. So it's very weird because we have good and really bad energies in one place on this. I would say that what it is about this statue is both good and bad. So it's very much about what I was seeing is it's a negative thing, but it's a good thing also for some people. So we can see money being gained, and for the elite, that's why we had the wealthy and the price and everything. Those are the cards. I think it's to kind of put a spell on protecting who they want to protect, and a bad energy for those who they don't want to protect. So it is good and bad in the same time, but it was not put in the same timing, because it's another person that wanted to add this energy to the place.
That makes sense also, because if I remember correctly, the Parthenon is like kind of the city of the gods. So it's kind of the elite. So it's protecting the people in power, whereas it's putting like a sort of hierarchy between the rest of the people also. So that might be the case there too, in Nashville, Tennessee. And you were talking about, and we had the card of freedom and similar cards that we got with the Statue of Liberty. And this is a question from Celestial Emma. Thank you, beautiful soul. So she says, thank you, Julie and Elena, for hosting the full moon activation that we did for the liberation of the spell on the Statue of Liberty. And she said a question came up afterwards for me, so I quickly looked. So her question there, was the entity within the statue part of the energy of goddess Athena?
We have the card manipulation that just flipped, the card of the heart, the card of sabotage, the card of big dream, and frozen in time, bound with this card that comes up a lot in this reading today. I would say yes, but the good side of it. So I would say that when I mentioned the entity, I don't remember, but I read some question about it. When I mentioned that there was a soul in it, sometimes it's not a person soul. Sometimes it is, but it's more of there's some energy living. There's something that is a spirit living in that statue that is being used, and that's how I'm seeing it. I do think that Athena was trying to liberate the energy on that statue. Yes.
And can you do like a quick card pull to see like what was the effect of that group meditation that we did to liberate the whole world from that bondage?
Page of Cup. We do have the Star and the Five of Cup, and we have the King of Pentacle. So coming all together underneath the deck, we have the Two of Cups coming all together to use all of this energy at the same moment on the same thing. We started a process of it's almost like it's giving life again to the good side of this energy. And it says that it felt like it was never going to happen. This energy that was inside felt like it was never going to happen. And it gave it hope again that is going to be completely free. And right now we have some kind of a positive energy in that statue that is stable and that is going to grow. So I do believe that the effect is very powerful. And sometimes we forget to continue to give energies to places that are very powerful, to send positive vibration to places that are powerful, to switch that vibration around.
Wow, this is so exciting. So thank you everybody for that has joined us. And also you can watch it on replay. This is here on the channel. This is a beautiful group guided meditation that we did with Elena, and also using the really powerful portal of the Virgo eclipse. So the first of the two eclipses that we have this March eclipse season. And we're going to do another one this Thursday. It is not yet on the board, but it will be after you watch this show. So this is going to be this Thursday on the 20th. And let me show you, maybe I have the schedule. Wow, today I'm feeling like in a Mercury retrograde. Okay. Here. So this is going to be this Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And we're going to use, and it's going to be on the day of the spring equinox, so a very, very powerful day to join together like-minded, beautiful souls. And we're going to really harness the power of the spring equinox for new beginnings, manifestation, for clearing what we need to clear also. But also we're going to send love collectively to Mother Earth, because it is the celebration of Mother Earth, of the sun. And we're going to send lots of love to Mother Earth, and also gratefulness for accompanying us in this ascending process. And we know that Mother Earth is helping us also ascend and choose the best timelines for humanity. So we're going to give back a little bit and join us. This is going to be this Thursday. This is a free one on the YouTube and the Rumble channel. And yeah, so that was a really good episode, and that really flew by. Time flew by. So thank you, Sophie, for all your amazing answers. And of course, if you'd like to book your one-on-one session with Sophie, if you have any more personal questions, please click on the link below, and don't forget Jupiter as your 10% off discount code. And we'll see you on Thursday for a deep dive and for the live meditation at 3. And can't wait to see you there. Have a beautiful week, everybody, and sending you lots of love. Bye-bye.